Once upon a time, there was a swan that had striking golden feathers, and it lived in a pond. It was a place of peace, where sunlight danced on the water and every leaf seemed to glow. The swan moves with serene elegance, as if born from the very light around it. Beside the shimmering pond stood a simple home, where a poor woman and her 2 daughters lived. The house had old, worn walls and broken windows, showing the hard life inside, so different from the beautiful pond. In her modest home, the woman leans over a small stove, stirring the thin meal she has. Her face shows her tiredness, proof of all the hard work she endures. Quietly, her 2 young daughters set the table, their faces full of worries too big for children. One daughter sweeps the old floor, her small hands working carefully in silence. Poverty fills the air, reminding everyone of the life they live. The mother and daughter exchange a look, full of unspoken worry but also deep love. From the far shore of the pond, the golden swan watched the family. Seeing that the poor mother was struggling to care for her daughters, she looks thoughtful, as if a clever plan is starting to form in her mind. The swan thought, "If I give them one after another my golden feathers, the mother can sell them. She and her daughters can live in comfort with the money raised from it." Mother and daughter held each other close, trying to stay warm against the biting cold. The mother's shoulders drooped under the weight of their troubles, a soft sigh escaping her lips. "If only we had some luck." Softly, the daughters spoke, trying to give their mother hope. "We'll get through this, mother." "We always do," whispers the older daughter, though even her eyes seem to lose hope. The golden swan floated down from the sky above the small house, its wings catching the light. The woman emerges from the house, hesitant but curious about the golden swan. She steps towards the magnificent creature, eyes wide with curiosity but wary of danger. She stared at the creature, her eyes full of golden light, wonder, and doubt. The woman steps forward carefully, her voice trembling. "Why have you come here? We have nothing to give you." "I have not come to take anything. I want to help you." The swan pledges, "I will give my golden feathers one by one so you can live in comfort." As a single, radiant feather falls, in the small house, a look of utter amazement washes over the faces of the woman and her daughters. They stared at the golden feather, shining like a small light. Hesitantly, they reach out, their fingers trembling as they prepare to touch the radiant object. Gently, they lift the feather, its golden glow growing, filling the room with warm light. The golden feather becomes a symbol of promise, its warmth enveloping the family in a shared moment of wonder and anticipation. The next morning, the woman went to the crowded market, holding the golden feather to sell. A pile of bright coins changed hands, shining under the warm market Sunday. With a faint smile on her lips, she weaves through the bustling crowd, her eyes wandering over the colorful stalls and lively chatter of the market. She buys food, clothes, and other essentials, each purchase filling her with a warm sense of hope for the days ahead. Her bags now full, she heads home, her heart light and her pace quick with excitement. The baskets felt light in her hands, for her heart was even lighter as she imagined returning home. Months later, the golden swan revisits the small house, leaving behind feathers shimmering like spun gold. With each visit to the market, the family's fortunes grew, and soon their faces shone with health and happiness. Their once worn-out clothes were replaced with fine fabrics, a bright change from the poverty they had known. The shabby little shack turned into a warm, cozy home, thanks to the golden swan's magic. Dressed in a shining golden sari, the mother looked beautiful and full of hope. Through the thin walls, the soft whispers of envious neighbors slipped inside, hinting at the mother's shining new fortune. Something changes inside her. A small seed of greed begins to grow in her heart. What if the swan flies away and never comes back? If that happens, we will be poor again. Next time she comes, we'll take all her feathers." The daughters step back, worry and fear on their faces. "Mother, that will hurt the swan. We can't do that," they plead with empathy. "Please, don't do this," they beg, their eyes filled with worry and sadness as they watch their mother's growing greed. The golden swan descends gracefully from the sky, wings shimmering as it approaches the small house. A single, radiant feather detaches and drifts slowly towards the earth, catching the sunlight. In a sudden rush, the mother leaps forward, her eyes shining with a wild determination. With a sudden motion, she takes all the swan's remaining golden feathers, refusing to let go. The swan pulls back, its golden body now bare in places, as the mother clutches her prize tightly. In a heartbreaking transformation, the golden feathers instantly fade, turning dull and plain, a visible sign of lost magic. The swan's radiant glow dims, mirroring a profound sense of loss and disillusionment. The swan looks towards the woman, its gaze filled with a deep sadness and disappointment. With a sorrowful voice, the swan said, "I wanted to help you, but you chose greed. Now my feathers are nothing for you." With a firm voice, the swan said, "I will never return. Remember, too much greed brings nothing." The peaceful pond shone under the clear sky, right before a life would change forever. The golden swan flew away, leaving behind a family trapped in the sorrow of their deeds. All around lay dull feathers, a sad reminder of what greed had taken away. "Remember the golden swan, my dears," the woman says, her voice heavy with regret. "Let us always be grateful for what we have." "We will never forget, mother," her younger daughter replies. "The swan taught us a valuable lesson, a lesson we will pass on to our children, and they to theirs," adds the older daughter. And so, the timeless tale of gratitude and the golden swan lives on, echoing through generations.